they're called global codes that were given out by Nintendo to get certain items, and they're sort of weird because they're like Nintendo things, but they're sort of jumbled up. And so the one that we like to use the most is a link to the past, and then it's going to be #LinkGoThePast.
Eva. Ze heeft een weloverwogen keuze gemaakt voor haar arbeidsongeschiktheidsverzekering. Daarom denkt ze nu alleen.
Oh yeah, it's sort of jumbled up there too.
Alright, so now we have to go get an autumn medal from Tortimer at the wishing well.
So now, yeah, since it's the date of the sports fair, in this game, the mayor of the town will give you certain event items based on like what day of the year it is. Like on Christmas, you know, you can do some Christmas-related stuff. On Halloween, you can do that kind of stuff. Thanksgiving, all that. And this is the sports fair, so he's going to go ahead and give you a spring medal, which is it meets the very specific requirements of the duplication. You can place it on a table. And it's a 1-by-1 item, and it also is worth a ton of money. It's worth 14,000 bells each, so that's the item that we'll be duplicating for the run.
How many bells each was that again?
What's that?
You said 14,000 bells?
Yes, it's worth 14,000.
Huh, what a coincidence. The Yeti just donated $14,000.
All right. Okay, so we're going to start setting up for the item duplication. This is going to be a lot of stuff to say, but basically this is a setup that Stockfolder found actually one day when we spent a lot of time trying to get this trick down, and we never could really do it.
That's a bit too late.
But I asked him, and he basically said he'd help out. So basically he's going to grab this.
Alright, that's perfect.
Nice. He's going to grab this shirt and then run up and pause on the right frame to let the table, he's like stuck between spaces, so the table pushes him up forward and then to the right, up on top of the shirt. And then he can fall down onto the table that's down there. And then after that, he's going to put the spring medal down and pick the table up. And so the spring medal actually takes the properties of the table. And then after that, you can throw something that you can interact with on top of that spring medal table, and it gets corrupted. When you leave your house, they switch around, and then the item on top of the tape deck will be duplicated every single time you enter your house for the rest of the game.
So we just get 2 there.
Yeah.
That's all we need to pay off the first debt.
So that glitch was actually found by MP16, Brian MP16, one of the original runners of this game a long time ago. I think he found it in like 2008, 2009. But it was incredibly difficult for a long time because it's frame perfect, and then there's just all this ridiculous stuff you have to do afterwards. And there was no consistent setup for it. We used to just run up and down and keep pausing and hope that you'd get it. One time I tried for 6 hours and I got it twice. And so I basically just, was looking for help in the community, and Stockfolder ended up volunteering to try and find a setup for it. And yeah, so then we ended up getting it down. We still were using this weird setup that used 2 tables, and it was way slower. And then this guy hiding in yellow was just watching my stream one day, and he was like, "Couldn't you like do this different setup?" And so we tried it, made a video, and ended up saving a ton of time. So yeah, this game has definitely gotten a lot of help from the community, so we're happy about that.
So going back to Brian MP16, he's basically the god of Animal Crossing speedrunning. He created a bunch of other categories, such as Goldenrod, which is catching all the fish in the game, or Golden Net, which is catching all the bugs.
Yeah, he was running this game way before any of us even thought to pick it up. Just sort of doing his own thing. He loves to do Goldenrod and Golden Net, which are like 2.5-hour runs where you just have to try and catch every single fish or every single bug.
Yeah, they're even more RNG dependent than this.
Yeah, he also made a bingo website you can go to where it'll give you a 5x5 card of different objectives, and then you can race somebody to try and like complete a bingo, which we've done a few times. They take a really long time though, like somewhere between 2 and 5 hours.
All right, so we have to order 2 tape decks here to, I guess, improve the duplication setup so we can do 3 at a time instead of 1.
Right.
Oh, whoops.
All right, so those will show up the next day in the mail, so we can go ahead and grab those. But first, he's going to go ahead and run up and, oh, you already paid off for that, just kidding. All right.
So I'm going to grab an extra autumn medal.
Right.
Time travel.
He's going to grab one more medal real quick before he saves and quits.
I'll go ahead and read off that donation from the Yeti then. Hey all, Yeti here. We've been having so much fun watching all the runs. The hype is real. Here's another 14,000 to add to our total of 28,000 raised from shirt sales. A massive shout out to our web Jedi Ryan. He fixed our server crashes. If you see him at AGDQ, give him a high five. Can we please donate as follows? $404 to save the animals because they are our friends, $403 to kill the animals because they are delicious, and $13,193 to see all dungeons blindfolded.
So Nintendo put in this feature because this game is so time dependent and date dependent, where you can actually change the time. I'm sure a lot of you, when you play this game casually, probably were jumping around all over the place. So we're gonna go forward 1 month here, so that we can our house will be upgraded and we'll get all our stuff in the mail. And a month is just faster than trying to go forward 3 or 4 days or whatever, just because you can just hit up and start. So now we're gonna go ahead and load the town again. There are some weird things where, like, playing on emulator, these save and load times are instant, and if you have certain memory cards and certain like GameCube or Wii setups, you'll have like faster and slower load times. So he's gonna go ahead and grab the 2 letters from Tom Nook that contain the 2 extra tape decks, and then he's gonna do probably the only glitch I've contributed to this game called Blast Off, where he's gonna push off on the tape deck, and then he's gonna go up and stand on top of the spring metal table that's up there, and he'll do it 1 more time. But yeah, there's this pretty funny video of me discovering it the first time. I couldn't find my character for a good 5 minutes. I was like looking all over the place. So yeah, again, he's going to get off the table, and it's going to glitch out the spring metal into taking the table's properties. And then once you pick up the table, because you're not supposed to be able to walk on a table, so that once you pick up the table that you're standing on, then it leaves the item floating. And then once you put the tape deck on top, it like corrupts in this really weird way. We're not really 100% sure how it all works right now, but yeah, once you leave and come back in, they'll swap places, and he's just gonna drop this stuff so he has more room for items to pick up. And then yeah, now he's just got 3 of these things. They're all worth 14,000 bells. So he's just gonna go ahead and basically just ride this money train to the end of the run.
Thank you very much, Nicholas Benzie, for the $78.70 donation. 10 cents for every hour I spent playing New Leaf. Animal Crossing for life.
Speaking of the other Animal Crossing games, I've actually routed all debts for Animal Crossing Wild World and City Folk. They're not as interesting as this, but throwing that out there.
Yeah, they don't have any of these glitches, mostly because they're running on like newer systems, so they're not quite as buggy. There's a couple glitches you can do using Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, but I don't really know how valid those kind of runs would be.
Wild World actually has a similar duplication glitch.
Oh, really?
And you can actually duplicate money bags, so it's a lot faster.
Interesting. But yeah, a lot of people are looking to do runs of, say, newer games like New Leaf and City Folk, but they're, yeah, considerably longer.
New Leaf has a duplication glitch. It's really easy to do, but it only works in the Japanese version.
Thank you very much, Shasta, for the $967 donation. Donating my current follower count on Twitch like I promised I would. This event has been amazing so far, both on stream and off, and I've had a really awesome time the entire time. Put my donation for file name WhooperZ as Pokemon Red Blue trainer name because I'm honestly surprised that's actually losing. Good luck to every runner here. You can do it, Speed Friends.
Alright, so we gotta go back in so he actually does the house upgrade text.
Yeah, sort of a pretty big sort of thing you can screw up here is when you first walk in, it's like the second day of the game, so he's like, or that you've played. So he asks if you want to join the Happy Room Academy, and so the flag for him asking how much you like your house and whether you want to like upgrade it again doesn't actually go off. So you can just run off and totally forget about it, but you have to come back in a second time and tell him that you want to expand. And so now we're slapped with the second debt, but as you just saw, he sold 15 autumn medals and ended up getting 210,000 bells. And I think the final total for bells you need for the game is 1.41 million. So there's about a week's worth of Animal Crossing done in 5 minutes.
With the Super Mario World 2 blindfolded donation incentive met, the next upcoming donation is a bid war between Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Currently, Arkham Asylum... Let me refresh real quick. Currently, Arkham Asylum is in the lead at $2,417.76, followed by Arkham City at $2,254.50. From what I'm told, Arkham City is the new hotness that all the kids in town are talking about, so I'd recommend voting for that one.
All right, so right there is a pretty important text box. Basically, you have a choice when you first pay off your debt. He asks if you want to expand your house and get more floor space, or if you want to get a basement. And the basement is way faster for duplication because you can run up and down the stairs and you don't have to go outside anymore. So, but they're worth different amounts. So if you say the top one, the whole route changes because you are then paying off different amounts at different times.
Is it 50 cents? From what I'm told, Arkham City is the new hotness that all the kids in town are talking about, so I'd recommend voting for that one.
We had to go through and time each individual dialogue option to see what was fastest for every conversation. All right, so right there is a pretty important text box. Basically, you have a choice when you first pay off your debt. He asks if you want to so now we're gonna go for another and get more floor space, or if you want to get a basement. And the basement is way faster.
Thank you very much, Elaine, for the $30 donation. Blindfold hype. So many people are watching here at the Twitch office. Congratulations to our own Rom Scout for a magnificent run from everyone here.
Are then paying off different amounts at different times.
50 cents. Thank you very much, Armchair Titan, for the $20 donation. Get those blindfolds on, chaps. Also, shoutouts to the FGC donation combo, hype. This donator is most likely referring to the fact that Ski Sonic and Flo donated in pretty quick succession. So shoutouts to everyone in the fighting game community that has supported this event, and everyone from all different types of video game communities that have been supporting this event. Thank you very much, Elaine, for the $30 donation.
All right, so now we have the basement.
So many people are watching here at the Twitch office. Congratulations to our own Rom Scout for a magnificent run from everyone here.
Are then paying off different amounts at different times by just running up and down.
Thank you very much, Armchair Titan, for the $20 donation. Get those blindfolds on, chaps. Also, shoutouts to the FGC donation combo, hype. This donator is most likely referring to the fact that Ski Sonic and Flo donated in pretty quick succession. So shoutouts to everyone in the fighting game community that has supported this event, and everyone from all different types of video game communities that have
if
been
you pick up the
supporting
tape
this
deck, it sort of becomes uncorrupted, and
Thank you very much,
just enters your inventory as a regular tape deck, so you have to do all that stuff all over again.
So many people are watching here at the Twitch office. Congratulations to our own Rom Scout for a magnificent run.
Thank
Thank you very much, Foxy Keep, for the $100 donation. Let's see this glitched run in Dark Souls 2. Praise the sun. $20 donation. Get those blindfolds on.
Oh, look at that.
Also, shouts
Nook store upgrades are actually based on buying and selling in this game. So since we just unloaded 210,000 bells on Nook the last day, he went ahead and upgraded his shop.
So surprisingly, the basement is actually the cheapest debt in this game, whereas every other game it's the most expensive.
One nice thing about this game is instead of having to manually select each thing to sell, you can just select one and he'll say, oh, you have 15 of those, you want to sell all of them? And you'll be like, heck yeah, I do, give me 210,000 bells.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the $50 donation. Waking up every morning to more speedruns is the best I can ask for. Let's beat cancer and let's make Yoshi blindfolded.
There's sort of a weird optimization here where Force Red's going to have a lot more money than he needs just because his set is so small. And obviously you need as much inventory space as possible so you can make as few trips to your house as you possibly can. So he's going to have to go ahead and just leave all his money on the ground, just bags and bags and bags of it. But in this game, no one ever goes and picks it up, so that's kind of nice. In later games, there's a lost and found that your stuff will end up in eventually.
Thank you very much, Peppercat24, for the $30 donation. Having put way too much time into the Animal Crossing series, I'm excited for this run. Have fun and rake in donations. Thank you very much, Anonymous, for the $50 donation. Donating again purely because the idea of an Animal Crossing speedrun has blown my mind.
Yeah, that's sort of the most common question I would say in any Animal Crossing speedrun chat is, you can speedrun this game? And the answer
How
is,
do you speedrun Animal Crossing?
yeah, or that, yeah. It's weird, but it works out. I'd say inventing categories was probably the hardest part, but this one definitely makes the most sense.
There's actually a 100% category that a few people have been working on.
Yeah, myself, Adrian, Fash, and a few other people are all working on it. Fash actually said last night on Twitter, if Animal Crossing is donated for and met before the Ninja Gaiden Relay Race, he would route 100%. And like I said, it was met in 3.5 hours, so that route will be coming out soon.
Thank you very much, Mute Kai, for the $50 donation. I'm so glad that I learned touch typing in middle school so I could write this while blindfolded. Put this towards OOT blindfolded now that Yoshi's Island blindfolded has been met. It literally did as I was setting up this donation. Go figure.
But yeah, Animal Crossing 100% would be quite the run because, like I said, there are tons of items in this game, tons of fish, tons of bugs, just a lot of stuff to do. I think our estimate right now is probably around 80 hours. So it would be done, obviously in shifts, probably, 12-hour shifts.
I don't think it would take that long.
You don't think so? What do you think it would take around?
I think it would take less than 24 hours.
Really?
At least,
That'd be
yeah.
interesting. I don't know. We definitely want to give it a shot sometime, but like I said, there's no real route going on right now, so it's all sort of up in the air. This movement is really weird. It's sort of hard to optimize exactly what way to move the tape decks in order to get yourself where you want to be, because you can kind of box yourself out pretty easily. Everyone kind of has their own way of moving them around. But the reason they were also misplaced is because, as you see, as you pay off your debt, your house gets bigger and bigger, and so you had to adjust to your new floor size. As far as other runners of this game go, it was myself for quite a while, actually. Force Red came along and pretty much destroyed my time pretty quickly. We have a few other people in the community. Amba Harmony had the record for a little while. And yeah, we have, I don't know, probably 10 or 11 runners.
It's gotten a lot more popular recently.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much, Daisy Ein, for the $25 donation. Hooray for Animal Crossing.
If you ever want to pick up this game, actually, I made a tutorial quite a while ago, and Force Stride actually just made a brand new tutorial that'll walk you through it. It's not too difficult of a run, but there's a lot to sort of figure out what's the most optimal, and since we've already done it for you, you might as well not do the work. You can find that on his YouTube.
Actually, if you go to speedrun.com/AC, we have guides and leaderboards there for this game, as well as all the other Animal Crossing games.
Thank you very much, Anonymous, for the $10 donation. Hi, HDQ from France. $10 for the horrendous French voice track in Vanquish. Praise the ridiculous voice acting.
So now he's just going to go ahead and pick up that money that was left untouched for about a month and take that with him to donate, or not donate, deposit.
Yeah, sadly, we can't donate all the money we make in this.
Yeah. Alright, so there's that debt all paid off.
So we only have one more to go after this?
Right, yeah. Again, he's going to go ahead and put the money bag up there just to save some inventory space. But yeah, you can kind of see why it's so important to have such an optimal town layout, because the trips between the post office and Tom Nook happen pretty frequently throughout the run. And so if they're apart, you're going to be losing minutes. There's a Flame Umbrella on sale, just saying. Alright, so Tom Nook's going to slap us with the last debt here. Comes out to be, I think, 798,000. Now we're just going to go ahead and save and quit one last time.
So this upcoming segment will be a bit different than the previous ones. We have to get 3 sets of 15 autumn medals and then 1 set of 9.
Yeah, the routing was really interesting for a while. We had like big spreadsheets going on where Fash was doing all the math to try and figure out like the most optimal way to do the last day, just because like there's so many different ways you could do it. But just because like item bags take up inventory space, and you have to figure out like exactly how many you should take at what time. But this route's pretty functional. I think it's probably the most optimal we can get. Alright, so I think timeline-wise we are now just after GDQ 2016. The nicest part about speedrunning this game, I would say, is probably just the atmosphere is so chill that you, it's just like nice music and nice villagers all over the place. This is a little optimization called the Yashichi sweep, because I was doing this game one day in my chat and I kept going to the basement over and over again, and a guy, Yashi, in my chat, who's never even played this game, goes, "Wouldn't it be faster to just run upstairs and grab those?" And I was like, "Oh God, you're right." So I was so embarrassed I named the trick after him.
We currently have a bid war going on between Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Arkham Asylum sitting at $2,437.76, and Arkham City sitting at $2,289.50. I'll repeat my preference that Arkham City is the sexy one that you should pick, but yeah, either way, I'd like it if you guys could donate and give the whichever game you prefer some love.
Alright, so Nick's gonna ask us the last time how much we like our house and how hard we worked to pay it off. Alright.
So after this run, if we have a bit of time, only like 3 minutes, we are going to show off the wrong warp glitch to the beta map in this game.
Right. Honestly, one of the most freak coincidences I can even imagine. For some reason in this game, if you load two very specific events at the same time, they kind of freaks out, and some pretty interesting things will happen. So one day I was doing an all deaths run, and the clock struck 3 on the fair, which means a text box pops up and says "Hey, we're switching to the ball toss," or whatever game they're playing at the fair. And at the same time, I paid off a debt. And I guess you'll see what happens. I don't really want to spoil it, but there's a video of me freaking out somewhere out there. But what's interesting about it is, depending on where you first come out of, what building you last entered, it'll sort of warp you to a different place. And for me, it just warped me outside of Tom Nook's, but you can actually warp to the beta map of the game, where they tested all this stuff, and there's a bunch of weird little things down there. So hopefully we can get to explore that a bit. I'll have to put the disc back in, obviously, because we have to reset the game. Again, just to save inventory space, you'll drop bags a few times on the last day. I think this is the biggest lump sum you'll donate. It's something like 460,000 bells. Or deposit, I said donate again. You got AGDQ on the brain?
Well, the name of the town is AGDQ 2015.
That's true.
Alright, so now we have to get another set of 15 and then 9.
Thank you very much, Ashley Cully, for the $100 donation. Congratulations on another fantastic marathon. I've been watching them since CGDQ in 2010, and they're always a high point in the calendar. Sadly, I'm going to miss the end of the live stream as I'm going into hospital tomorrow for a liver procedure. Fortunately, it doesn't appear to be cancer, though it's been an incredibly stressful time with tests, investigations, and waiting for results, while doctors have tried to diagnose the problem. Cancer has, however, greatly affected many friends and family members over the years, some of whom are sadly no longer with us after losing their fight. Tonight's Ninja Gaiden Relay was definitely a high point of the marathon, so I'm glad I was able to catch it, and I always loved the runs of the Punch-Out games. I missed the classic Castlevania block earlier, but was able to catch Soten, another game I love seeing run. This donation is going towards the FF7 Squats minigame. Loved it when Carcinogen did it a couple of years back. Pump it up. Good luck with the rest of the marathon. Ashley. P.S. Would love to see more Sega Saturn runs in the future marathons. There are some great games for that system, and it sadly seems to be underrepresented at the events.
Yeah, this is sort of where the interesting routing came in, because we always used to just go ahead and deposit all these bells from this last set and then go get 9, but you actually have enough space in your inventory to just pick them up, just because the money bags don't fill up quite as much space.
Thank you very much, Anonymous, for the $50 donation. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you very much, Lady Levius, for the $5 donation. Would someone please pull up the weeds?
Yeah, that was sort of the built-in punishment, because I think they kind of knew that people were going to be jumping around a lot, so they built in a system to just make your town look like absolute trash if you're jumping around all the time. The clock actually only goes to 2030 in this game, so if we're still running this game in 2031, we're going to have some problems. All right, so this will be the last set. All right, we're coming up on time here in just a little bit. It's going to be when the villager comes out excited and pumps his fist. As soon as he pumps it up, you can hit the timer. I forgot how far away your post office.
Security on time.
Yeah, as you can see, the routing works out pretty well. We end up with just 1,400 left over.
Time.
Pretty good. You beat my PB by 3 seconds.
Huh?
You beat my PB by 3 seconds.
Oh, wow.
All right. So do we have a bit of time to show off the wrong warp?
It only takes
Probably
like
3 or 4 minutes. Okay, cool. I'm going to put the disc back in the GameCube real quick. You have the date set already?
Huh, no, I probably have to set it.
Okay. So he has a pre-existing save file on this memory card that already has the debt paid off, or he has enough bells to pay off the debt, the first one. And so he's going to go ahead and set the time to 1 minute before the event I was talking about earlier goes off.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to listen to the TV pretty closely coming up here. Could you turn the game sound up just a bit? I just gotta wait here until it changes.
Yeah, we're waiting to
3.
hear the clock go off. All right, so right there, the clock is just about to go off, so it's going to start try and start the text box. But since he opened a door, it sort of canceled the text box and it couldn't pop up quite yet. So he's going to go ahead and pay off his debt, which means when he comes out, he's going to try and do the dance, but it's also going to say that the spring fair is starting at the same time. So you'll sort of see his villager freak out a little bit and glitch on the floor, and then he's going to open a door and warp down to this lighthouse here.
So yeah, this is the beta map.
So yeah,
one of the beta maps in the game.
We wrong warped some huge amount of coordinates down to the bottom of the map where the beta map exists.
These are all pitfalls in here. I don't want to go in there.
So you can just sort of see some remnants of them testing some stuff out. Here's some trees. I think there's some sample villagers around here somewhere.
Yeah, they're up here.
Showing off all
So
the
we have a
flowers.
weird gyroid here.
Yeah, doesn't say a word. These villagers all have really weird names, but they work pretty well. Just sort of testing various things.
Steal the...
Yeah, just some sample festivity kind of things. And this guy works pretty much as normal. All right. I think that's all there is down here, right?
There's a lighthouse up there.
All right. All right. So there you go. That's Animal Crossing.
Alright, you are currently watching Awesome Games Done Quick 2015. Awesome Games Done Quick is a Games Done Quick event held every year in January featuring members of the Speed Demons Archive and Speedruns Live communities. SDA proudly hosts speedruns of over 1,000 games with forums containing speedrunning, planning, and marathon discussions. Check us out on speeddemonsarchive.com or on Twitter, SDA Speedruns. SRL is the best site to race video games online against other players of all skill levels. We're also hosting a short series of races starting January 17th titled Get Yourself Speedrunning. You can go to their front page, speedrunslive.com, for more information and to watch a variety of speedrun streams. For more information about Games Done Quick, you can follow Games Done Quick on Twitter and see information about the event on gamesdonequick.com. I would just like to take this time to note that we are currently running a donation marathon for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to research, education, and outreach for the prevention of cancer. Cancer is something that affects many of us. In fact, we actually have 2 volunteers that had to cancel for this event because one of them just had a close friend diagnosed with cancer that's undergoing surgery tomorrow, and another had a family member just die of cancer this week. So please, keep donating. It's greatly appreciated. And we'll be right back. We're going to be going to commercial.